What's up, folks? It's week 5, part 2 of our Start Sit show. Let's get it rolling. Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Brian and Brendan back for another episode of Too Much Fantasy Football here on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. We broke down the first 7 games yesterday. Now it's time to do the second 7. How are we doing today?
Crying in Malik neighbor noises.
Yeah, another one bites the dust.
Yeah, so
Fucking-
so annoying.
Truly, between him and Christian Watson, there's no hope at all left in the world.
Oh my God, yeah. Imagine owning that. You owning Christian Watson. I own Malik Neighbors and Rashid Rice in one league. I just I'm gonna hold the L really high for this week.
For this week, but you're probably 4-0 going into it if you have those two. Come
Three
on.
and one. It's nice. It's nice. I can't
Wow.
lie. But
Neighbors and
still,
Rice, and you can't even go 4-0. What is this,
no.
folks? People, you're taking advice from this guy. What are we doing
I
here?
know. Freaking tough
Well, you
feels
could be
right
me
now.
having Cup and Debo and AJ Brown, and like 1-3 with those guys. Freaking ridiculous. All right, let's jump into these games before we
Let's
start
do
telling
it.
how bad our teams are. First one up on the board. It's the Browns at Commanders. This is Jaden Daniels' first real big test. It's a 43.5 point over-under. Washington's favored by 3 against this Browns defense. It's kind of shocking. As bad as the Commanders' D is.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I mean, but I think it's also more a testament towards Deshaun Watson playing quarterback. So I was trying to be nice there, but I can't help it. We can start on the Commander side. It's more the fun side for everybody here. So Jaden Daniels is an auto start every week at this point. He shouldn't leave your lineup. Um, I would start looking to move pieces because if you took him as like your second quarterback, which is fine. Like I have a buddy of mine who took Stroud and Jaden Daniels, so I would definitely be shopping Stroud if that was the case for any of you guys out there who did something similar. Brian Robinson Jr. is in your lineup every week. That dude is a stud. He is consistently moving the ball very, very well. This is exactly what we thought this offense would be with Kingsbury. Um,
I'm a
Terry
little
McLaurin.
I was going to say
Okay,
I'm a little hesitant with Brian Robinson. He did miss practice today or on Thursday.
yeah,
So check those practice reports going into Friday. If he misses and Eckler and McNichols are in, Austin Eckler's a pretty good start at that point.
yeah. Eckler's would be a really good start then if that's the case if Brian Robinson misses this week.
What about McNichols coming off 2 touchdowns last week? Are we chasing it, or is Eckler the only safe piece if Robinson misses?
Uh, I feel like it's if you're desperate with the buys, like it's you're already projected to be losing, then yeah, I don't mind it.
Nice. Terry McLaurin feels pretty good.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be he's probably gonna be like an inconsistent roller coaster this season just because Terry McLaurin's or not Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels still figuring it out as a rookie quarterback. So, but he's in your lineup though. I don't know if there's many other better options you have. So
Zach Ertz, I will say, folks, we are recording this just before Thursday Night Football, and I'm considering benching Pitts and or dropping him and going to play Ertz this week. So not a flashy pick. He doesn't have a whole lot going for him, but just enough in this Cliff Kingsbury offense where like he's got a 50-50 chance to fall in the end zone.
hey Brian, remember this year when you started and you're like, I have no inklings towards Kyle Pitts. I have no bias towards him. How do you feel now?
Anyway, so the Cleveland Browns side.
Oh man.
Jerome Ford's being started. Amari Cooper's being started. Njoku looks like he could be back this week. You feel good about him first week?
Yeah, do you feel good? Would you rather start a Joker or Kyle Pitts, Brian?
See, look here, listen here, asshole. Oh my god, I would tell people to start or Njoku over Pitts this week. Yes,
Yes.
when in doubt,
Good.
Thursday out.
And then I'm starting Amari Cooper as well.
Jerry Judy, would you play Jerry Judy or Jeremy McNichols in the flex?
Jerry Judy. He's actually starting to be. Jerry Judy's a safe floor for receptions. I feel like a 4 for 40 type, but Nichols is one of those like goal line touchdowns. Who knows? So I think it's just based off of what you're looking at against your opponent.
And not that this means he's going to skyrocket, but if Amari Cooper gets moved as his contract allows the Browns to move him, Jerry Jeudy would step in as the number 1 in this offense. So I don't know exactly what that means, but I've got eyeballs on him in most of my leagues.
Yeah, same here.
Who wins this game?
I really want to say the Commanders, but I just feel like something's inkling to where the Browns are going to win this game.
Yeah, 3-point spread. I'll take the Browns covering.
All right.
Next up, Minshew versus Knicks. This is the matchup we've been looking for all year. Raiders at the
Yes.
Broncos, 36-point under. 36, not 46, folks. Denver is favored by 3 points in this game. Let's find the goodness because Devontae Adams isn't playing. He's got a hamstring injury.
Yeah, so I mean, it looks like Jacoby Myers is sliding into the Devontae Adams role, and wasn't like terrible last week. I don't have his numbers in front of me, but I know it wasn't like terrible. Um,
We're looking at 10 targets, 5 catches for 49 yards.
10 targets that is beautiful. That's what we chase here. So I will definitely have him in my lineup if you're hurting on the Devontae Adams side. Trey Tucker, someone I'd pick up and monitor the situation. He's starting to get a lot more run, obviously. Brock Bowers is the other tight end. He's probably your most consistent tight end. And then, unfortunately, Alexander Madison is now the lead back. It sounds like Zamir White is awful. And I don't want to start Alexander Madison, but I mean, if you have no
Yeah.
choice, I don't blame you.
Would you do Alexander Madison or Javonte Williams from the other side in this game?
Javante didn't look too bad against the defense, so I'd probably lean Javante. Like,
Finally, somebody can say it with me. I've talked to a few
yeah,
people this week, and it's like, oh, Javonte. Oh, but I'm like, he was 16 for 76, I believe, last week.
yeah,
So yeah,
and they
16
just
for
lost
77.
the other running back, unfortunately, to a broken back. It was really scary. So,
Mr. Bidet.
yeah.
Yeah, they cleaned up his backside pretty well, though. Looks like he's doing all right.
Jeez.
Trey
Oh
Tucker, I
man.
will throw something out there for him. As it looks like Devontae Adams may have played his last snap for the Raiders. Myers and Tucker, we might get some fantasy relevance consistently out of them. Tucker's finished as a wide receiver 1 and a wide receiver 2 over the
All right,
last 2
Brian.
weeks.
Where's Devontae going though?
Oh, let's go to the Bills. Let's go to the Bills.
I think the Bills should pay up for him. I know that the Jets. I know he wants to go to familiarity. I know the Saints and the Jets are the two hot commodities because he might have a say in it. So like for fun, I will say the Bills. I think I agree with you on that, or the Commanders. I think Commanders can also be fun too. But realistically, aspect it'll be the Jets or the Saints. He will go with what he knows, and
I think Pittsburgh has to be in there too, just as a contention. They are looking to add another receiver, but I think those are probably the two favorites. If he wants to win a Super
yeah,
Bowl, though, going to the Bills is where he needs to go.
yeah,
He
yeah.
goes
So
there. We get Christian Kirk to the Chiefs, and then Amari Cooper to the Steelers. How about that?
wonderful. The only Broncos player I really want to start is, I guess, Cortland Sutton. I mean, he's still consistently getting a lot of targets, he's getting double-digit targets. So I'll throw him in there as a flex.
I don't hate the play, especially with the state of bye weeks and injuries right now. Throw him in there as a
Yeah,
wide receiver 3 flex option.
yeah,
And yeah, like you said, Brock Bowers starting him up.
yeah, definitely. And I think the Raiders won this one too. Actually,
Everything feels like they should. Like this is essentially like a coach firing type week. They're getting rid of their star player. But let me go Broncos. Let me go Broncos.
all right.
That defense is pretty gnarly. Next game we've got, it's should be a little bit better. It's Cardinals at the 49ers, 49.5 point over under. The Niners are favored by 7.5. I know the Cardinals can't look good for more than, a week in a row, but right. Come on, 7.5 points, that's a lot.
I mean, they were favored by 10.5 against the Patriots, and that was a pretty easy game for them for the most part. I mean, for whatever reason, Arizona cannot get a second drive going to be good besides that Rams game where Marvin Harrison was just going off. I don't know what is going on over there, but we can start with the San Francisco side. I mean, Jordan Mason's the RB1. I mean, he's for all the that drafted him late and picked him up late. Good for you. You got a steal. This is what helps you win the league. These type of players. Brandon Ayuk, he's going to score a touchdown. I'm calling it. He's going to get a touchdown this week. It has to happen. There's so much happening over there. But again, this is one of the teams where you can comfortably start a few guys like Debo. Obviously, gets a lot of work. George Kittle's been more of the consistent tight ends when he's in the game. Jawan Jennings is the only question mark. Are you starting Jawan Jennings? Is he starting to creep up your board a little bit?
I mean, I'm willing to, but the 49.5 point over under, I'm willing to flex him just because we should see a good amount of points, but it doesn't make you feel good. Everybody's back. Everybody but CMC is back. So it's a shot in the dark. But, I mean, him and Purdy, there's a connection this year.
Yeah, and then I think Purdy's a good start for this game too.
Juwan Jennings or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek, maybe.
Tyreek or the fourth receiving option on the San Francisco 49ers?
Oh, it's just rough out here in the streets being a Dolphins fan. Let me tell you, good lord, I feel bad for them.
All right.
So
Luckily, some of them can't remember, the.
recording. Yeah.
Oh man,
Um.
James Conner, we're starting him pretty confidently. Marvin Harrison, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson, Greg Dortch. This high of an over and under. You feeling that flex?
No, not really. I'm kind of
Yeah,
just
I don't
waiting
think
this
so.
out, and then the Kyler. I mean, I think you have to still continuously start Kyler. It's not like he's like turning the ball over or anything else like that. It's just not. They're just not scoring. So
Kyler or Justin Fields?
Justin Fields is Sunday night. Uh,
I think it's
I'll
Dallas.
lean. I'll lean Kyler. I'll lean Kyler just a little bit.
Sam Darnold or Kyler?
Dude, you gotta roll with Sam Darnold, man. The dude's just slinging touchdowns, bro.
So I think
Yeah,
so. I'd be willing to lose it with Sam Darnold this week. Um,
yeah.
God, that
The only
doesn't feel
problem is
great.
that morning, that London game. So like, you're just gonna be so sad if it's just like an 8 point game from him. And you just see Kyler throw a couple touchdowns. You're just gonna be like, this is bullshit.
Right, nothing to distract you from that early morning game in
Yeah,
London. Awesome. Who's winning this game?
I want to say Cardinals cover the spread and 49ers win, but I just the Cardinals haven't looked good, so I wouldn't be surprised if 49ers cover the spread outright.
Yeah, I like the Niners on this one. Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
really thought the Arizona was giving us hope after that Week 2 game.
Hmm.
Oh well. All right, next battle we have, we're going up to Seattle. Seattle's 3-1, Giants 1-3. It's a 43.5 point over under. Seattle's favored by 6.5. Neighbors looks to be out. It's not looking good for this game.
Yeah, Neighbors is out this week. He didn't practice. It sounds like he's not going to play this week, and so I'm firing up Wandale. I am firing him up all day, every day.
And then
So
Devin Singletary missed another practice on Thursday, so he is in jeopardy of missing this game. So the only two players you really look at, Neighbors and Singletary, both out. Backups are going to be Wandale and then Tyrone Tracy for the running back.
I don't hate Tyrone Tracy if he is out. Like if you're in a real pinch, like because a lot of the running backs really thin this year, so I don't hate Tyrone Tracy. It's not terrible. Um, but that's about it. I really want to start. I really don't like Seattle. Like I know they got lit up last week, but they are a good defense, and this is in Seattle. It's a tough place to play, so that's where I'm leaning towards all of this. On the Seattle side, there's a lot of fun pieces here. So this is a really weird game for me because I feel like it's going to be one sided or the other. Like either Seattle just throws all day long or they run all day long. I don't think you're going to get both. So like if Ken Walker has a great game, I really doubt that like both DK and JSN have a great game. So I just have a really hard time with this one because I want to think that Seattle just goes up quickly, but then that's just it. So, but again, like I'm starting DK, I'm starting Ken Walker. I'm still starting JSN.
Yeah, I think I'm starting all those studs over there. Just that's where we're sitting at this point. Somebody's going to turn up with a day, but I'm okay taking that risk because I think like that argument you throw out there. I think any of those guys can have a good one. Wandale, I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm starting. I think I'd rather play Sterling Shepard for the Buccaneers than Wandale.
yeah, that's about where I'm at too. Noah Fant or Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews. AJ Barner
Really?
outscored. AJ Barner was a top 10. The backup to Noah Fant. Like he outscored him last week. So like I know Noah Fant's a great talent. We've been excited for him for years. It's just not happening for me. Not on a consistent basis. So give me the shot in the dark on Mark Andrews.
All right.
I mean, they do have a 49 point over under with the Bengals. Maybe they just cannot run the entire game. Maybe he gets 2 targets.
God, I
I
hope
know.
so. I'm
I'm
still
looking for
starting him in
disappointment.
some of their league, so I have no other
Um,
options, but Seattle. I think Seattle covers the spread and wins easily. I think last week was just a bad game for them, but I think this is yeah. I think Seattle's a very good team.
I think so too. I'm okay with streaming Gino as a quarterback one this week as well.
Yeah,
He should look pretty good. You said Seattle covered.
yeah, both.
Nice. All right, Packers and Rams. This one, hopefully it's better. Matt Stafford, he went a little doo doo in the britches last week. Packers are 2-2. Rams are 1-3. Over under 48.5. Green Bay's favored by 3, but it looks like they're going to their losing quarterback for this one. Jordan Love 0-2. Malik Willis 2-0, and they've got Willis on the bench. It's a gutsy call.
I
Hey,
saw
look,
that, dude. um, we'll start with the Packers side because I think everyone's very intrigued by this side. Jordan Love. I mean, he threw like 3 interceptions last week, but 4 touchdowns, so it's a good week for
Jameis,
him.
Jameis.
Yeah, seriously. Um, I mean, Josh Jacobs is in your lineup. I think it was just a scripted game where they were down, so Wilson I think got a little more run, if I'm not mistaken. Um, uh, I mean, Jaden Reed's in your lineup, and then Dontavian Wicks is I think in a lot of people's lineups this week. Just buys, and he had that amazing game last week. So, where are you at with Romeo Dobbs though?
I'm okay starting Romeo Dobbs. He's still out there consistently running more routes than anybody else.
Okay,
And the way we've seen it, even when Christian Watson's out, it bounces. But like Reed usually gets fed, and then it bounces between Wicks and Dobbs. So I think even with Christian Watson out, we're still somebody's gonna be the short man. Get the short end of the stick, whether it be one of those two or Tucker Kraft. But I think all four of those receiving options can be started, but just kind of know it. Similar with the Seattle situation, somebody's gonna be hurt.
okay. And then are you starting the tight end for the Packers?
Yeah, yeah. Give me Kraft.
Yeah,
I'll play
I
him
like that.
over Kyle Pitts this week. I actually am playing him over Kyle Pitts. I just haven't dropped Kyle Pitts yet because I don't want to.
Kyle Pitts, your favorite player.
I want him to be. Damn it! It'll be nice this offseason. I can get his jersey so cheap. So I guess there's silver lining.
Get all the cards, all the trading cards you want for him too. Um, on the Ram side, Kyron Williams is really the only one that is startable. Jordan Whittington is more of a flex upside if you are hurting. I don't hate it. I think he's more of the talented one out of the guys. Um, I mean, I have a ton of Demarcus Robinson stock just because I thought he'd be that third wide receiver, but it's not looking like that way. He's not a true one, so he's not getting the separation. He's more of like he's more designated to be what he was, a third wide receiver. So I'm kind of out on that. I'm not really starting Colby Parkinson. Yeah, I expect the Packers should have a bounce back game. Their DBs are back. And should Jair Alexander, everybody's healthy, so Packers should win this one and cover the spread pretty easily. The Rams are just now looking at that top 5 pick.
Yeah, I agree with you there. 12 plus team leagues, though I am okay playing Atwell. He does seem to be the deep guy. He's finishing as a wide receiver 3 the last 2 weeks, so nothing great. But
Yeah,
when you're in a 12 plus team league on bye weeks, sometimes that's the start you have to do. I'd be okay playing
yeah.
him over Dobbs, I guess.
Okay.
Two more games. We get to the Sunday night game. It's Cowboys at the Steelers. The Steelers are 3-1. Took a loss to who'd they lose to? Oh, that's right, the Colts. Colts beat them. Cowboys 2-2. 44 over under. Pittsburgh's favored by 2.5 in this game. Let's break it down. Who you like?
I mean, we'll start with the Steelers side. I don't. Is Jalen Warren? He's still not practicing, right? I don't
I don't
think
believe
he's.
so.
So it seems
Missed
like a
practice
full.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it seems like Najee Harris is still the lead back, but if Cordell Patterson is playing, I mean, I actually might start Cordell over Najee Harris. So, no, I'm not kidding. No, Najee looked really bad against us. Like it was like terrifying. It was like horrifically bad. So I'm staying away from him. George Pickens is in your lineup. He should not leave your lineup. He is very, very good. He had a boneheaded play against us, but other than that, he is a very good wide receiver. So, um, I mean, then Pat Fryermuth, yeah, I'm keeping him in my lineup too. He's still consistently getting a couple receptions there, and that's what gets you tight in one. Just a couple receptions.
Isn't that sad? Yeah,
Yeah,
Freiermuth's one of those guys. I don't. I mean, you might be able to find him on the waiver wire, and that's a pretty good argument to not play Mark Andrews this week. I think Fryermuth's one of those pivot options people might have to look at.
Yeah.
Ferguson, he's a pretty good start, though. I'm pretty
Oh
excited
yeah.
to have him in my lineup, that's for
I
sure.
was trying everything I can to trade for him in Dynasty, man. The person wanted a late first, and I was like, couldn't do it. I kept offering early seconds, but couldn't get it going. So Jake Ferguson probably will finish as a top five tight end this year at the rate that's going. Um, Another good start because obviously you're going to start CD for the wide receivers for them. Jalen Tolbert, Brandon Cooks is out. He's got an infected knee, staph infection, so he might be out multiple weeks. But Jalen Tolbert's been already kind of getting more targets, more run than Brandon Cooks. So I really like him. And out of the running backs for Dallas, like I'm still leaning Rico Dowdle. I think it's him over Zeke now at this point.
Yeah, I really like the what you call it, the Tolbert call. Just as far as the wide receivers go, the Steelers absolutely get gashed by the slot position. We saw Josh Downs do it last week. We've seen which several players just absolutely cut into them. So I like that possibility right there. Dowdle, I guess that's where we're at. Gross.
Yeah, but what other options you really got at this point? You ain't got nothing else. So
You playing Dowdle or Tyreek Hill in your flex?
Dowdle
Oh,
comfortably, comfortably.
I thought it was gonna be fun to ask that question, but I didn't like the answer at all.
Yeah, that was comfortably. It is comfortably Dowdle. Not even thinking about Tyreek right now.
God, who wins this game?
I like the Cowboys, man. I think this will be the turn. Like for whatever reason, Mike Tomlin has refused to just say Justin Fields is a starter because Fields is playing really well. He's not the reason why they lost last week, and he's played very good ball. So if they lose again and Russ is ready to go, I think we'll see Russ as a starter next week, which is kind of silly because Fields has looked really good. But I think the Cowboys win this one.
I agree with you there. Yeah, Steelers. I don't think Russell Wilson gives you a better chance to win when
I
you
don't either.
can coach Fields so he's not making boneheaded mistakes. The elusive upside is absolutely there. So I just
Yeah.
don't get that. All right, yeah, I'm right there with you. Cowboys. I think they steal this win from the Steelers. It's a bad
Hmm.
joke. There's nothing there. Nothing there, folks. Last game.
Ooh.
We're looking at life after Rice. Maybe we still haven't got the official ACL tear. I think they're just screwing with us at this point.
He's on the IR. He just got a literally notification just happened, so he's on the IR. So he's going to miss 4 weeks.
But we haven't got an official ACL tear.
No, they're saying it's not an ACL tear. From like every sports doctor is saying it's not an ACL tear. Else they would have confirmed that. They're now just trying to weigh out whether it's a bone bruise or something else. But Rice will be back this year, so
I've
everyone should
got like
definitely
three
hold on to him.
leagues where Rice has been dropped.
Oh, go pick him up right now. Like that's
Oh,
definitely what I'd be
yeah,
doing.
buddy. Yeah, buddy. Patrick Mahomes or Derek Carr? Who you playing in this game?
Derek Carr, like yeah, Derek Carr for sure. We'll start with the Saints side. Alvin Kamara's in your lineup. Chris Olave, Rashid Shaheed. I think it's not a bad start this week. Taysom Hill has fractured ribs, so for all those that were hoping that he'd have that repeat game, not happening. Looks like either Jawan Johnson's going to step up or who's the other tight end on the
Foster
Raiders?
Moreau.
Foster Moreau. Again, I don't know if I want to start either of them, but that's where they're at with that side.
I'm actually okay playing Jawan Johnson. He saw a 20% increase in his routes run last week, and with Taysom Hill
Okay.
out, Kamara does have some sort of broken rib injury too. He's still willing to play. He's a tough SOB, but I do think they're going to need an ability to spread it around a little bit. Derek Carr's always loved tight ends.
Yeah.
He's not a great quarterback, so those usually tend to head to the tight end a little bit more.
Yep. Chiefs
This
side.
other
This side is really fun. So, because
Kelsey and Hunt, easy though.
I don't know if Hunt's easy.
Is
Like,
he
is he
not?
easy? Is like, I mean, like, I, I sure. I think he's gonna lead the team now. I was really sad because Carson Steele. I was hoping. I was really hoping that didn't
You and
pan out.
everybody else.
Dude, seriously, just that one fumble and then he just got benched. And I was like, yep, that's it. That'll do it for the rookie. So he might even go back to the practice squad because Clyde is going to get activated here. So, um, yeah, that's where we're sitting at. So we have a backfield of Clyde, Kareem Hunt, Samaje P. Ryan, and Carson Steele, and I think Carson Steele is going to the practice squad. Out of the wide receivers, though, I'm not starting Juju. I'm definitely not starting
Nope.
Sky Moore.
Nope.
Justin Watson, nope. It's literally Travis Kelce and Kareem Hunt and a hope and a prayer. I am not starting Patrick Mahomes this week.
I don't think so. I don't think there's really upside to play him. You're playing him as a guy that hopefully can get you two touchdowns. He's had 2 games with more than 2 touchdowns in it over the last, going back all the way to the beginning of last year. That's not great for you. So,
This team is predicated on their defense.
Yeah. Worthy, I do think you can play in a deeper league. He's going to be a shot in the dark. So if you're the underdog, I feel like that's the play.
Yeah, Worthy's okay as a flex play, but I feel like he is, like, you're really hoping for that 60-yard bomb for the touchdown. That's really it.
And those don't happen in Kansas City anymore.
I think the Chiefs win, though. I still think that the Chiefs have a very, very good defense. It's a low-scoring game, so don't get your hopes up, I feel like.
Yeah, when this one comes down to it, there's a lot of missing pieces, a lot of injuries, but coaching us, I think that leads it away. Just let's go Chiefs, 5-0.
Yeah.
Alrighty, look at that, folks. Only 14 games this week. Just
we did it.
Knocked it out of the. We did it. We don't have like a cool theme song at the end, like a Dora the Explorer-esque thing, but we're working on it. He's got the guitar at work. He will have us an outro any day now, folks. But we got to get out of here. Brendan, tell the folks where can they find you?
I'm at FFAM BMulk on X, and then you can find me on the Facebook group page, the Fantasy Advice Football Network. I'll be answering all your dynasty and redraft questions.
Yes, he will, because we're going to have a lot of them this weekend. All the injuries, early game. Make sure you're hitting them up there. You can find me at @too_much_Brian. And, of course, all over the Fantasy Football Advice Network page. Make sure you're liked. Make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to come to the platform, come check it out. It's right.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today.